And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym of the Crypto, episode 1013. Today is Wednesday, November 9th, 2022, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At 10ish, and of course, today's top story. Woo! I mean, really, this quarter's top story. Crypto giant Binance agrees to buy rival FTX amid liquidity crunch. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried removes assets. Our fine fluff from Twitter. SBF tumbles off Bloomberg's billionaire index after trouble at FTX. MetaMask allows to move tokens on multiple blockchains with new dApp. Meta joins big tech layoffs. Let's go of 11,000 employees. But first and foremost, what's going on with those prices? I guess everything should be good, huh?
Oh yeah, all good, of course. Nice and red day today. So if anybody's looking at blood in the streets, today is your day because it is definitely there. Taking a look at our prices today, Bitcoin is at $17,708, down almost 9% today. Ethereum at $1,232, down 14.8%. Binance Coin at $300 is down 6.8% today. XRP at 38 cents is down 12.7% today. Cardano at 36 cents is down 6.7% today. Dogecoin at 9 cents is down 8% today. And rounding out the top 10 is Polygon, aka Matic, at 95 cents, down almost 15% today. And some of our trending coins, Binance Coin down 7.5%. FTX token down 69% on the day. Actually, I think it was up to about 80% in one day. Solana as well, down 32% as well. And some of the recently added DGen dumpster dive coins, Mafia World Cup, Pegasus, Proof of Work, and Trice, whatever that is. So that's some dumpster diving coins for you there. And yes, this market is completely red. So if you do listen to Warren Buffett, buy when there's blood in the streets, you should be pushing that buy button as fast as you can right now. But of course, we may have further down to go.
Wyatt, Try, 11 Super Mario, Bitcoin Madam, Satoshi Slim, Cliff BTC, Memories with Mike. Good morning, everybody. Junior Maley, top of the morning to you. Daryl White, Parabolic P. Wyatt, Try. So do you think Sol is finished like FTX token? What's your thoughts?
Hey man, it's on the same trajectory right now, and we do know that SBF owns a lot of soul. Maybe it could survive the crash long term, but in these bear markets, you never know.
What's going on, Wendy Nichols? Our project experience, BK Born, Best I Raise. Good morning, everyone. Cliff Bitcoin prediction: Big Dog CZ going to sell FTX to Elon. Woo, that would be hilarious. Um, I mean, first things first. Let's go ahead and share this screen. Let's point it out. Even while we're joking and trying to be as clickbaity as possible, we are still dropping gems, folks. That's right. I mean, when I saw the last few events, the last couple of days, all I could think about Bitcoin Zay was our show titles the last couple of days. Election Day Crypto Crash. That's right. You could have saved yourself 10% by watching us yesterday morning. All right. Like literally, you could have saved yourself 10%. Election Day Crypto Crash. Solana crash incoming, 50% drawbacks. Like literally, these are the last 2 or 3 days that have been our show title. We didn't even do a thumbnail, people. We didn't even do a thumbnail, nothing. We literally just use that as the show title. So again, we're doing our job over here. Can we get some shares going on? Can we get some like and shares? Okay.
Get the
I'm
like
looking at
stuff.
other people the last 2 hours, 50K views on it already. And what are they talking about? I don't know. Listen, we're trying to throw this good crypto knowledge, this good tech knowledge out there. Make sure you smash that like and share. Okay. All right, let's get to it. As we said, we really didn't even cover this or talk about it as much in detail. The reason why, and we even said before the show yesterday and day before, we was like, oh, we'll just talk about it when it happens, like type of deal. Like we'll talk about it when it unfolds. And literally an hour after we got off the show yesterday, it happened.
It might it might have been like 30 minutes actually. Like it was like as soon as we finished, boom, Twitter was going crazy.
Right. So that was kind of crazy to see how quick it did actually go down. But you kept saying it yesterday. What's old boy name? SBF, copping please.
Copy,
Copping,
please.
and that's what we say. People, we said, hold on. We couldn't say for a fact that hey, something's wrong, blah, blah, blah. If you go to yesterday's show, But we kept saying, like, why is he copping please? All of a sudden, he's trying to play friends and all this other stuff. It was like, hey, there's a chance he's trying to be diplomatic, but there's also a pretty good chance that something's a foul because why would, like, again,
Mm-hmm.
I want my billionaires tough. All right. I don't want my billionaires, yes, sir, and no, sir, and nobody. Okay. So when he
Mm-hmm.
started doing that, that was weird to me. And yes, I like this comment here. I've been telling a lot of people this 11 Super Mario said imaginary billions. I was saying this
Mm-hmm.
all through COVID, and I think the world saw it. How many companies and people do we find out during in COVID didn't have capital?
Mm.
Right? They got the credit score is like 16,100. It was the credit score was an 800 flat. Okay, had
Yeah.
credit out the ass. The value of this project they were working on, or the value of their stock was this, that, and the other. Soon as COVID hit, everybody's like, yeah, but I need cash right now, or I need like whatever you have, I need it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was even companies,
Mm-hmm.
banks. The United States went on the chain shortage. We're still on a coin shortage, bro. People don't even have money for real. So imaginary billions is true. This is definitely an example of it. But let's go ahead and get straight to the story.
Mm.
Crypto giant Binance agrees to buy rival FTX amid the crunch. And shout out to CZ. First,
Mm.
shout out to CZ for popping his shit the other day. He was like, look, we're not supporting, basically, we're not playing with, we're not endorsing people trying to stop this DeFi or going behind other crypto companies' backs. And he clearly was talking about SBF and FTX. He made that clear. Of course, yesterday, SBF came out like, hey, I don't, he's copping please. We've always been friends. I don't know why he's mad at me today. Hey, listen, I'll never forget. This is the most messed up thing I've seen. Well, not the most, but it was pretty messed up. I remember in high school, it was like the school bully, of course. If you cool with him, you cool with him. You know how it go.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where if you're not cool with them, you be pressing people, or if you think you're a punk, you know how it is, how they
Mm-hmm.
see prey. But it was some kid, the bathroom. It always goes down in the bathroom. So
Always in the bathroom.
it's like 15, 16 people in the bathroom for whatever reason. And some kid walks in or whatever, kind of wimpy or whatever. But the bully there trying to show off already anyway. He just happened to walk in at the wrong time. And then he just looked at him to start punking him. And the guy was like, hey man, like, why are you doing this? We were just talking earlier that we're cool.
Copy,
And he
please.
and he punched him in the chest like, man, shut the fuck up, whatever. I was like, bro, like, just don't, just let
Yeah.
it, like, get this 30 seconds of your life over with. Don't talk about it. But that's kind of my point here. It was just not only did SBF try to say, hey, no, we're friends. We're just trying to figure this out together. No, Binance came back the next day. Was like, how about I buy all your shit? All right, I'm
Yeah.
tired of talking about that. But it's official. It's happened. Binance said Tuesday it has signed a letter of intent to acquire its most formidable rival, FTX, delivering a surprising twist to days-long public spat between the world's two largest crypto exchanges that contributed to several digital tokens taking a tumble Tuesday. The deal follows Binance founder Champagne Zhao and FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried's months-long clash on social media, which escalated earlier this week.
Mhm.
Again, we've already talked about that. Zhao, picture above, said Binance reached a decision after the 3-year-old exchange FTX asked the crypto behemoth for help. Again, we were talking about this from a competitor standpoint, where we kept saying there was billions and trillions of dollars at play here. People were going to be playing dirty. That is a dirty place. Hey, again, it's the bathroom scene. Hey man, I thought we was cool. Man, shut up. What's wrong
Oh,
with
yeah.
you over here? Hey, why FTX is like, hey man, you got a few billions I can hold for just 25 days, man. I'll have it back to you on day 26. Here's
Mhm.
the paperwork. Here's where the money coming in at. And you just like, yeah, no problem.
Hey, well, at least SBF, he's teaching people how to become millionaires. What you do is you start off with 16 billion, get your shit rocked, and then go down 90%, and then you'll be a millionaire. That's how you do it, people. He showed you the
Hilarious.
steps.
This is crazy. Um, Again, this is like he went to them for help.
Yeah.
For one, has he never watched The Godfather? Has he never
I
watched it?
told you
Listen,
you got to watch Italian
listen.
mafia movies, man, if you
Keep
want to know how to really do it.
keep the problems in the family.
Hmm.
Okay, what's his name? What's his name? Was it F? What's my boy name? The
Which one?
brother. Who's the brother?
Michael
Fredo.
Fredo? Yeah.
Fredo. Keep the problems in the family, Fredo. You out here
Hmm.
running for help, talking about they can help us open a new casino. What are you talking
What are
about?
you talking about? Yeah, yeah. Gotta get we weak. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and What observation I made yesterday about this
What's that?
whole debacle is that CZ took a page out of Nathan Rothschild's book. And if anybody knows enough about
Uh-oh.
Nathan Rothschild,
Gotta get
how
some
they came
zoom
to
in
power.
stuff.
Yeah, so Nathan Rothschild, if you don't know, real quick history lesson. Napoleon lost in Waterloo. The Rothschilds had insiders who knew that they won, but what they did was their messengers went back to England and made it seem as though that they lost, even though they did beat Napoleon. They made it seem like they lost. They started selling assets. So first you start with inside information, then you have a massive sell-off, which triggers retail and other big players who are like, hold up, all the big money is selling right now. Then they start selling. That's step 3. Then in Bank of England, they lost 80% in one day. One day they lost 80%. FTX, 80% loss in one day. Then once it hits bottom, what they did with Rothschild's, reason they're the richest family in the world now, is they basically bought enough of the stocks, pennies on the dollar, and they basically owned the Bank of England after that. And then we know where they are today. CZ just did the same thing. He had inside information. He triggered a big sale with that $500 million transfer. They went down 80% in one day, and then he sat there and he ended up buying FTX. It's literally history doesn't repeat itself, but it always rhymes. And
Really quick.
that is exactly what happened.
I don't want to forget this. You just said, hold on. And I'm about to talk about this in a moment with the jokes and stuff as far as the arena.
Mhm.
One key thing you really said was he did have insider information.
What do we say? He's like, he knows something. Because remember, they said they did it because they were offloading tokens because of there being a problem. So he knew there was a problem. It's just he couldn't say it out loud because he knew. I think he knew what was coming next. Was yeah, Sam is in trouble. He's copping pleas, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, Binance is buying FTX, and yeah, and now we have this. Let me go ahead and share this real quick so everybody can see. There's a whole lot of changes, people, after this change of the guard, so to say. As you know, formerly FTX Arena, but breaking news: Miami Heat will now play at Binance Arena. Just paste that right over the FTX thing at the stadium, and then also too, we should all listen to my boy Larry David. He always has the right answer. Let's hear what he has to say in this FTX commercial from the Super Bowl.
Love you, Larry David.
It's a safe, easy way to get into crypto. I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff. Never.
Oh yeah, people voting for people voting. In the election yesterday. If I ever voted, it would be for Larry David. I would just write in Larry David on every ballot. I listen to everything he does. So yeah, I mean that was some of the funny stuff coming out yesterday after the big collapse. I mean, how many exchanges are now? 3 Arrows Capital, Voyager. We've seen Luna crash. We've seen now FTX crash. We're now seeing Genesis maybe insolvent. We're seeing so many exchanges that are starting to have their feet held to the fire, and it trickles down to the little guy as well. Because there are some people. I'm not laughing at retail. I hate the fact I saw people that said I got 8 figures on FTX. People was like, I got 6 figures on FTX, and I trusted it because it was the second largest exchange. How many times do we got to say it, people? No keys, no cheese. It doesn't matter what the exchange says they have. Coinbase, it doesn't matter how big they are. FTX, none of these exchanges are your friend, and if it goes down, you're going down with the ship too. So, good gracious, this is huge news, and this is easily to me top 5 events in crypto history because SBF was leveraged up. Nobody knew how leveraged up they were. Good gracious, we found out yesterday.
Listen, I don't feel bad, and here's why. We're on episode 1013 today.
Yep.
Information is out there everywhere. Whether it's us or someone else, stop it. I was a noob in this space, as were you. I remember when I was new, I was trying to read, research, and find information everywhere. And every day to this day, I'm still like, I didn't know about this. I didn't know this exists. I didn't know this was over here. So it's like, to a certain extent, yes, but it's also like you said, it's been an ongoing feud for a few months.
Yeah.
The signal's been out for a few months that something was up. Anything to me that had to do with Binance, you can't sell off of Binance. Something's up. Binance is saying something's up with FTX. Pot calling kettle black. I mean, the research is out there. So I mean, I get it. The retail loss does suck, but it's also, like I said, bro, we got 170 people watching now, and our last 2 titles predicted the last couple of days of the market. Like, no, I don't feel bad. No, like it's people out there, not just us. There's other people out there who's putting out great information. And I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, if you have Bitcoin anyway, this wouldn't be as big of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen to Jim in the crypto, it's definitely not a problem as well. So share this video, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Neil, what's going on? Neil said, I was thinking about getting started with crypto. Can you suggest how to start? Go ahead and check out the gymintocrypto.com. Our masterclass, Crypto Vanish, is a great spot too. It has free crypto resources. Of course, the YouTubers like ourselves, CB, Naja has a radio show. There's a ton of good people. Andreas Antonopoulos, go through all his old videos.
Mm-hmm.
A ton of stuff.
Oh yeah.
All right. Going back to this story though, really quick. Again, this is crazy. FTX asked for help. Binance saw a competitor ask for help and did what any great business would do and say, "No, I'm just going to destroy you." And to protect users, they signed a non-binding letter of intent, intending to fully acquire FTX and help cover the liquidity crunch. We'll be conducting a full due diligence in the coming days, says CZ in a tweet. Binance has discretion to pull out from the deal anytime. So that's low key the scariest thing is if Binance does do its due diligence, whether something is wrong or not, if they decide to be even more of a sharky business, they say, you know what? Let's just tell everybody something's wrong anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it will literally tank them. Even if it doesn't kill them, so what? Tank them for the next 3 to 6 months and let my exchange grow.
Mm-hmm.
That's still a win to a lot of people invested. So again, it says here the important thing is that customers are protected. Said SBF.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm not believing it. And last but not least about this, he was worth 16 billion and he's now worth $1 billion. Billionaire regardless. But this is what I mean with Zuckerberg and all them. How much is enough? If you have $16 billion,
Mm-hmm.
offload half of that, like literally immediately. Like, I don't care. Like, what do you need? 50% of the company, 80%. What? Zay, if we listen, Zay, if we hit 3 to 4 billion, everything's getting offloaded, brother. We're gonna have to
Amen.
restart, new name, new face. Gonna have to come with the avatars and everything. Listen, dude, gonna be different.
Hey man, Elon just did it yesterday. He sold almost $4 million worth of Tesla stock. It's like, I mean, he's not leaving anywhere, but oh yeah, absolutely. You hit that multi-billion-dollar mark. Oh yeah, I ain't seeing no more gentlemen of crypto. I can tell you that. You might get
Yeah.
you might get a couple shows here and there whenever we just want to jump on and feel like
Check
talking.
the IG.
Yeah, check that IG and something. But it's no way in the world we gonna sit there with 16 billion and let it go all the way to billion, or as it was
Like, that's poor. That's what I'm saying. That's poor financial management of itself.
990 million. Yeah, and that's another thing too is if any companies are watching, anybody that works for these large companies, how about y'all invest 200 and 500 million dollars into us? I can guarantee you, ain't no way I'm letting get away. I mean, it's hilarious how they leverage up. And I got a list of companies. I was trying to find the picture of them. I got a list of companies that all invested into FTX. I mean, we're talking about the biggest names that have invested in everything, and they've also invested in FTX, and not just investments. Commercials. Shaq, Steph Curry, Larry
Mm,
David, all these FTX.
mm.
Shaq, Steph Curry, holla at your boy.
Wait,
You need some
wait.
help.
Let's
Stop.
take it even further back. It goes all the way back to, was it last year before, when we started advertising and people like Fumble McBumble and people who had issues with it. And I pointed out, how do you vet every company, every person? Like, it's just us two. So how can we
Yeah.
do it? And you have billions of dollars in teams around these people that they can't do it.
Mhm.
People, to me right now, FTX and SBF, they're no different than, I mean, Terra. It's
Yeah.
all like, what's the difference? So
Mhm.
again, poor financial management. You, as FTX, as Bitcoin, as they said, not only had a bunch of corporate partners. Let's not mention the corporate partners, the VCs, the institutions backing them, but you had the likes, like you said, of Shaq, Steph Curry, Larry David. Come
I mean,
on. And,
and
and
Tom
where's the
Brady.
where's the
Tom
outcry
Brady.
right now?
Yeah,
Tom
Tom
Brady.
Brady.
Wait. I want now everybody go after all of these people, including FTX now. I want to see all Tom Brady. You told me from your commercial. Do you understand how
Mhm.
goofy that sounds now?
Hey, man. Next Super Bowl, me and you getting a commercial, and it's gonna be a person gonna walk into their room, they're gonna buy Bitcoin, and they're gonna take a nap. That's gonna be the whole
It's
commercial.
gonna be
That's
a
it.
let's do it. You know what? Let's pay for like a 7-second Bitcoin commercial. This is
I'm
gonna have
gonna
Kirby
say this
Digital Assets
real
Group
quick.
it in.
Yeah, just
Buy
buy
Bitcoin, go to
Bitcoin,
sleep. I love it.
take a nap. Like that's just gonna be it. And then you should have headlines going across with all the crashes and all the rug pulls and all the DeFi, and just ignoring it because it's like, I mean, we talk about it,
Ooh.
but
Damn,
all.
Zay, stop it. You giving this away now. Come on, because
Well,
this is
I
gonna
was gonna say,
happen now.
I'm sorry, I give away a lot
Listen,
of IP on accident.
When it does actually happen, though, here's a cool thing. When it does happen, and we see that commercial play out like that in the Super Bowl, we're going to know the exact companies that are watching us.
Mhm.
What if it's like Coinbase has a commercial where they got somebody just walks in, buys Bitcoin on Coinbase, and goes to sleep, and it's like Coinbase, the easy way to buy. Like, oh, somebody from them watches. We got one, coach. Listen, we're going back to this day. We're suing the out of you all. Okay, just make sure we understand that as well. All right, let's want to cover the rest of this really quick. Again, Binance or FTX should resolve its relationship with Alameda. Binance is saying Alameda, of course, is what Sam Bankman Fried actually owns, which is his analytical company, investment company. What's going on with that, and how is that affecting everything? Because that has reminiscence, or it reminds me of what was the company back in Terra, Three Arrows Capital, as you mentioned.
Three Arrows
So, what's
Capital.
going on with Alameda? I'm seeing the same thing happen here.
Oh yeah, well Alameda they're in bed with FTX as far as the liquidity that they provide. But if you scroll down that firm, when they talk about FTX valued at 32 billion, look at the companies that are involved. We're talking about the biggest names: Sequoia, BlackRock, Tiger Global,
Oh,
Paradigm,
wrong. Keep
SoftBank,
going. Wrong.
Rivet
They were
Capital,
wrong.
Insight Partners, Lightspeed,
They were
Altimeter,
wrong. They're all
Coinbase,
wrong.
Sino Global, Bond, Iconic. All wrong. You all bet on a dirty CEO walking around with a lint-filled fro who was acting like he was
Hilarious.
the next Steve Jobs, and he was leveraged up to the gills. And when in fact, CZ basically showed you who was the real man in charge. And at this point, all these people that invest or people that invest at a retail don't feel bad if you lose money. These
Yeah.
companies, BlackRock alone has $10 trillion assets under management. So they can make mistakes or do whatever, but they do it all the time. They invest in stuff that goes nowhere, and this is just another example. So I mean, all these businesses, like you said, wrong, wrong, wrong. You got it wrong, and this is what's happening today in crypto. Is that these big investments are trying to jump in when it's hot. Bull market is crazy. Everybody is wearing crypto Christmas sweaters. Everybody is talking about how rich they got to the moon, moon boys. We're on Discord, we're on Telegram, we're changing the world. You ain't changing shit. Same stuff that happens in legacy market is happening in crypto because everybody went back to the legacy market tools of leverage, of investment, instead of just doing exactly what Bitcoin was created to do. And that is a different money system without all of these extra tools. So I'm sorry that it happened to retail investors who have money. If you have money on these exchanges, I know they won't let you take it off. We've had that experience ourselves. When that button turns gray, we keep telling you when that button turns gray, people have know what we're talking about. When you clicking sell, 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 and ain't nothing happening, it is going to be a long day, and it might be a long quarter, indeed, because I think we may have further down to go. I think we
Listen,
more
hold
further
on.
down.
I have been calling these damn prices.
Mhm.
I said, unless something crazy happens, we are not seeing. I've been saying it for like the last 2 years, a year or since I said 2 year. 2024, 2025 is what we're planning for, people. This show is over, okay? I am feeling like I've been feeling 2018 to 2020 vibes all over again. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
To me, the fervor we saw in 2021, 2022ish mirrored 2017 to me. It was crazy. You're talking NFTs, DeFi. I mean, that was the same as the ICO hype.
Mhm.
And then what happened? The regulators came, party ended. A couple of projects blew up in our face. This is the same thing. I'm getting those same vibes.
Mhm.
I saw some good comments. TOP Cast says, so Sam was out here fronting trying to buy Voyager with imaginary billions. That's a good point.
Oh yeah.
It's a great point.
Yeah, they were trying to, but all these companies got sent to the upper room when Jesus comes. They smoking on that SBF pack today.
Man,
Get them
listen,
out of
it's
here.
so much to talk. I mean, it's just so much to cover and talk about on this. But we're gonna keep moving on. I'm gonna go to some more comments in a second. FTX founder SBF removes assets are fine flood from Twitter. What was going on with this Twitter flood that they hit him with?
Oh yeah, so they found in the Wayback Machine. Those of you who don't know, you can find anything in the Wayback Machine. You can find deleted tweets. You can find old articles. So basically, they found that Sam he deleted a Twitter thread where he tried to assure customers that FTX and the assets on the platform were fine, and he says that they had enough to cover all client holdings, and that they, as far as withdrawals, and they will continue these withdrawals. The problem is they couldn't. So people went back, they found these tweets because people remember when he tweeted it. I mean, it was November 7th. I mean, it was 2 days ago. And it says right here, competitors trying to go after us with false rumors. FTX is fine, assets are fine, and then details below. And that was when people started looking after the strategic purchase from CZ. They started looking back and saying, "Hey, I thought you said everything was fine." I mean, you could say that, but we obviously see it's not. And then when you look and FTX token is down 90% in one day, you're like, "Oh man, what is happening?" I mean, it is not fine. It's like that meme with the dog sitting there in the fire, and it's like everything's fine. No, it's not. It's not. Nothing is fine. And at this point, if you are on Twitter, if you just look up keywords FTX and Binance, you'll see a whole flood of people who are talking about this actual tweet because they're saying they're comparing it to Celsius, they're comparing it to Voyager, they're comparing all these CEOs said the exact same thing. Everything's fine, customers are fine. The only person who said that was actually truthful was CZ.
And he really did say that 2 days ago.
2 days ago, CZ was like, "Funds is safe food," and it was a running meme. People still use it, safe food.
Wow.
Which and Jake Fever just took the words out of my mouth. And then next thing you know, they had to pause them draws because nobody's.
Let's people like this is what I mean. Regulator, regulations. What have we been screaming? Not only do regulators not know what they're talking about, institutions don't know what they're talking about, the masses right now don't know what they're talking about. Not only that, they're not actually going to protect us. They don't know how to because they don't know what they're talking about. And the people who they're actually helping and creating barriers for competition to are the ones jacking everything up. And this is why I keep talking about, hey, SBF, let's call it out. Like, not anymore as much. He was semi-new to crypto. When did he pop up? When did he pop up?
2018? 2017? Come on, man.
Okay, so all right, that's my first issue with it. Second thing is, then not only does he pop up, and I'm seeing it now. I'm interested to see what some of these conferences do. Conferences have people like SBF, and I'm not going to mention other names right now, as speakers left and right. And it's just like, how and why? Because they have a lot of money and they have an exchange. And the reason why they have an exchange and a lot of money is because a lot of people gave them money because they know rich people. Like, it doesn't mean knowledge. It doesn't equate to, that's like you all pumping a lot of money into Cardano and saying it's going to be better than Bitcoin. It doesn't equate value just because it has the money there. So again, this is the problem in crypto right now. Everybody's chasing the dollar. The masses are following the big fun party and all this other stuff. But it's just like this was a new guy in crypto. And literally a few, and you know, and regardless of being new and everything, just look at these people's like ethics. Like you said, 2 days ago, right here, 2 days ago, FTX is fine, assets are fine. Really? So you're telling me we can be overregulated, we have to check boxes and do all this other stuff, but the people with an actual NBA basketball arena after their company, the people who can just go in here and overseas as they please and do business, like they literally can tell you that everything's fine on their platform when you have capital in it when it's not, but you can't do an ICO. Like this is getting muddled. So Maccabee can't pump a project on Twitter, but he can tell you that his project is doing good when it isn't, and he knows it isn't. Like this is becoming very weird to me. It's some weird.
And you know, the worst part about all of this, with all of these dumpster fires that are happening, is when the institutions show up, they're gonna use all of this stuff against us. They're gonna say, "Hey, remember that time in crypto where the biggest exchanges were falling and they were insolvent and they were doing this and blah blah blah. We are the trusted institution that's been around for 150 years. You should invest with us." And you know what? All the sheep are gonna do? They're gonna run straight to them. And don't blame them, because when that's the only news you get is that bad news, and you got these bad actors, they conflate Bitcoin and crypto together, so they think it's all one, industry on the same accord. They're gonna conflate it. And they're gonna say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go with the old school. I'm gonna go with Fidelity. I'm gonna go with J.P. Morgan. I'm gonna go with whoever comes out, whatever banking or investment institution that's been around for years." And that's how it's gonna be. And this is all just fuel for the fire.
Let's see the audio. That might be on Zayan's a little bit. They said the audio's popping a little bit, nothing major, but not smooth. Okay. Zacchaeus, thank you, Zacchaeus. Woo, where's this comment? I gotta find this comment. Zacchaeus said, "I called it 17K." 17. Hey, listen. And I can't remember when I did it, but I do remember saying we could definitely see those levels. But listen, I didn't think this would happen. This, and then one thing we keep forgetting, Zay pointed out the other day, the Reggie Middleton thing is coming, people. I meant to say that yesterday. If the judge, what did the judge say yes to yesterday? The precedent that was set, library. I meant to add this into yesterday. That judge setting precedent with library credits as being security. Not only was that bad for securities and crypto, but you better believe if judge did that, there will be a judge to uphold a United States patent. There will be one judge to do that. Like, and when that happens, the legal process actually begins. That could take years or who knows, but yeah, that will affect the market and it's going to happen. So,
Yeah.
or Coinbase and some of these other folks and start paying. I think that will slightly affect the market. Initially, it might have an initial dip, but it'll make it stronger in the end because everybody will say, okay, at least this is taken care of. The initial dip would be like, what's going on with these companies? But it's going to affect the market. All he needs is one judge to be like, whoa, why isn't this being enforced right now? It's the United States. Yep. And what? All it needs is a judge trying to get promoted, people. All right. And I'm telling you, there's plenty around. Wisdom Bars, thank you for the tip. Said, no keys, no cheese. We're your top 5 code wallets. Right now, I'm killing that iCoin, of course. I just had one near me.
Yeah.
Treasure
iCoin,
still does good. Ledger. What else you got?
Cold Card Wallet, Casa, Casa Hold, and Open Dimes.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go. All right, let's keep this going. This is crazy. I still can't believe like he literally, and I mean, again, my thing about the lie is like, bro, you knew it was gonna come out in 2 days and you still lied. Like, no, you're supposed to be like, a lot's going on, more information pending. Like, just off the top of my head, there's so many ways to reframe and rephrase this.
Oh
But
yeah,
you
you got
don't
PR. Somebody need to hire you for PR. Somebody need to
come
pull you
on,
on.
bro. No, because I like being in front of the camera now.
Yeah.
But y'all see how much money I was making behind it. This has like, it's just crazy. Elon didn't decline FTX for no reason. He knew to, said Mon. Okay. PFC Wells. Hey, great point. Hold on. I'm trying to find these on the restream. You all are over here lighting these comments up. Zay, I'm seeing some amazing comments, so I got to hit a couple of these.
Oh yeah. We got a whole bunch rolling through.
Ooh, this is okay. Great point. Trek said, what happens to the other companies SBF owns? And again, this is what I'm saying. Not only the other companies own, this is my problem with FTX Arena, Crypto.com Arena. Foreign countries first, people. Foreign, which again, I'm not a xenophobe. Now, you know, I'm an international playboy. I love to travel. However, I am an American. They are getting like passes where we don't get them from a regulatory standpoint because they're coming with money, A, and B, it's the promise of money because I guarantee you Crypto.com and FTX is not paying the money up front, people. They're paying a large sum of money up front, maybe 12 to 20, 30, 40, maybe even that 500 million is real, right? They're paying a lot up front, but these deals are worth hundreds of millions. They're not going to pay that back end. They knew that already when they started. Or they was like, hey, we win, we pay it. If we don't, we'll take our name off the arena. But the fact that they're allowed to do this, and this is all foreign capital, and so this is crazy. But I don't know. What happens to these other companies, Bitcoin Zay?
Hey, well, they got to take a hit as well because in December, FTX was supposed to supply, I believe, Voyager with the capital that they needed in order to recover, I think, 70% of user funds. And that's why I said CZ hit them at a perfect time because how much capital do they really have right now? And then CZ also tweeted out, don't use your exchange token as your collateral or as your funds for safety because that's what FTX did. They got caught slipping. So it looks like the companies that he owns, they're gonna take a hit as well. They may not go under, but I mean that's what happens whenever you have basically a domino effect from the top all the way down. So man, this is a terrible situation. I mean honestly, again in bear market, it is sort of good to burn it down and clear out all of the fakes. But at the same time, you don't want retail to get hurt in the process. So that's why we work so hard for tell people self custody, no keys, no cheese, own your own crypto off of exchanges. Use what you have to in order to do that. So, man, this is other companies getting affected as well.
This is crazy. I mean, yeah, the entire market is definitely gonna get affected. Somebody call it Ponzi economics. Again, I just literally watched a 20-minute YouTube on Enron. It lasted 10 years. George Bush Jr., the president, was in on it, kind of covering for these guys and stuff. So, yeah, same thing here. He got Fed money. Listen, you become $16 billion overnight in America, and nothing. Like, come on, people.
Yeah.
Like, for one, after the first billion, as you get close to that first billion, the government are like, oh, billion, unless you're really not spending it, unless you really out here broke. Other than that, they're gonna be like, whoa, my boy over here doing okay. So you gotta listen. You got
Somebody
either have it, you say what?
I said somebody pointed out that SBF, it was an article title that said he wants to give away all of his capital. SBF wants to give away all of his capital. It was like he succeeded. He gave it all to CZ because he was trying to say how philanthropic he was. But he was like he drives a Honda and he sleeps on a beanbag and he wants to give away all of his money because he's philanthropic. And I was like, yeah, he achieved it. You did it, buddy. You gave it all the way to CZ.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. And then last but not least, of course, he's tumbled off this billionaire index. We kind of already talked about that already, but is anything extra to add to that other than he's no longer a
Yeah,
billionaire or
there's
what?
no more to add to that. I just told you he gave you the blueprint to becoming a millionaire.
There it is.
Start with 16 billion and lose 90% of your wealth. You'll be a millionaire in no time, guys.
Bro, you funny as I don't know what. All right, some lighter news. Okay, here we go. MetaMask allows to move tokens on multiple blockchains with new dApp. That's right. Bitcoin integration is now on the immediate roadmap for blockchain bridge support via MetaMask bridges. A MetaMask exec said. However, they do have new updates. What is going on with MetaMask?
Oh man, so MetaMask, which is used by pretty much everybody in the industry, they have updated their app to allow the multiple blockchains to have blockchain bridges, and they call them MetaMask bridges. The executive says, and blockchain software company firm Consensus continues working on extending this blockchain interoperability, which we've talked about plenty of times on the show. That if you have any sort of wallet, you're going to have this feature at some point. So their bridge supports major blockchains compatible with Ethereum virtual machine, including Ethereum, Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon. You can bridge Ether and wrap Ether, major stablecoins, and native gas tokens. So it allows you to move tokens from one blockchain network to another without having to do research to find and choose a reliable bridge, which I know some people used to struggle with that. They used to say, hey, I want to bridge from this blockchain to another. You had to find one. You had to research it. So this basically just making things easier, and the technology always catches up. Looks like MetaMask is there. But of course, for those of you who use MetaMask, once this happens, I think there may be some sort of exploit that may take it out or some sort of bug that may happen. Not wishing bad on them, but whenever you do interoperability, how many times have we seen these interoperability wallets and then there's a bug and then all of it falls apart at the same time? I mean, we've seen it plenty of times with DeFi. So just watch out for that. But if you use MetaMask, hey man, congrats to you today. I've used it to store a few NFTs. Got a little bit of crypto from back in the day, but nothing serious. So for those of you who use MetaMask, you can now have that interoperability if you need it.
There it is. There it is. All right, so I saw some great comments. TOP Cast said crypto is the greatest show on earth. I agree, which is why it's always interesting every day. And if you miss an episode, it becomes just like, oh, what happened? Like so much literally happened. Can you imagine missing the last 2 or 3 days in crypto? If you come back, like, what happened, bro?
No,
Like, oh man.
imagine.
Well, Binance owns FT. Yeah, like, bro, like, wait, what? Like in 2 or 3 days.
Oh yeah,
Were you about to say imagine
yeah.
what?
Imagine you went into a coma November 3rd and woke up today. You'd be like, what in the world just happened?
Journey to the Void said, do you think they would go through with the purchase? This would bring more regulation, which wouldn't help Binance. Again, my thing is, even if they do not go through with the regulation, just today was a win for Binance.
Yeah.
Like in the long run,
Mhm.
in the long run, I wouldn't say long run. In the short term, it's a win. That we talk about getting user volume, positioning yourself per quarter, getting investments, all this other stuff that everybody's doing, innovating. You know, man, listen, being a crypto company, especially a top crypto company, at this point is like being a hot entertainer or athlete. You got a 3 to 5 year lifespan if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Literally think about everybody you see in crypto. It is very rare people are busting out at 3 years. Even rarer they're going out of 5 years, or especially projects and platforms. So
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody says Gemini still being untouchable and all this. Shout out to Gemini. Cryptonomics to Gemini stays untouched. I've been saying it for a while. I know that they have some weird things going on now with limits. Some people have been telling me, hey, might be true, but
Hey,
you
man.
got in early enough.
They on a boat in Miami right now. They ain't even.
That's my point.
They don't even got cell phones out there. They're like, we don't know nothing going on. We out here chilling. We made our
Yeah.
billions. Y'all got it.
Listen, if you got in early enough with Gemini, they are definitely taking care of their customers. So yeah, they've been pretty good. The Kraken went down years ago at Loki. I mean, they're still around and they still actually work. It's just they never updated their UI at a moment where I really felt like they should have.
Yeah. But if there was one CEO that I could say, who's the most trustworthy
True.
CEO? It's got to be Jesse Powell, because Jesse Powell's the
Yeah.
only one that when he received a letter from the SEC or the FBI, he ripped it up. He was like, I'm not sending y'all no information. Back in 2017 or 18, he's the only one who said that we were going to implement. I think he implemented SegWit first. He's
That's
basically.
true. Yeah.
And my brother used to work for Kraken for a little bit. I actually got him on with Kraken, and he was telling me, he was like, "Man, Jesse, cool as shit, man." He was like, "Hey, he don't even seem like a CEO. He just talked like a regular person." I was like, "I'm telling you, I told you that was a good job, because that was the only CEO I saw that seemed like he had, sort of the ethos of why Bitcoin was here." And I mean, again, remember early Bitcoin? The UI sucked. That's how you know he's a real Bitcoiner. He didn't
He
even
didn't care.
update it.
Yeah, he didn't care. Hey, with
Like,
all jokes aside, Kraken was the first place I can go 30x XRP on.
yeah.
And I keep telling you folks, all y'all like to talk crazy, don't know my history.
Mhm,
I just thought that rip on margin, or at least it was times 5 for sure.
mhm.
Let's see. Strictly sports. This makes me want to only deal with Bitcoin. Couldn't even swap out my Solana for USDC because of network. Yeah, I saw that actually yesterday. I was trying to do some USDC swaps in general, and it was jacked up, and the Solana network side of it was jacked up as well. I literally saw that yesterday. So yeah, Cryptonomics and MetaMask is trash too. So is Ledger.
Oh, hold up.
Listen,
Hold up.
use go
We
ahead.
got some real time news. It just came in. Breaking.
I'm lit.
CoinDesk. Hold on. Let me pull it up here.
Oh now.
CoinDesk.
What
Binance.
you gonna share the article? Share the article. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure.
here we
I'm
go.
sure. Binance is strongly leaning towards scrapping FTX rescue takeover after first glance at books.
Ooh, what I say? Listen, bro, the fact that we call it out live.
Yeah. My
Wow.
man
Listen,
said,
like
"What
I
is
said,
going on
short
over
term.
here?"
This is a short term dub.
Oh
Listen,
man, this
listen.
dumpster fire that I'm trying to purchase. Oh man, hot
You
off the
think?
press.
Wait. You think I was gonna watch? You think I was gonna? You think? You think me and you was gonna be cool after all this? No, bro. No. I was
No.
just saying that because I heard. I heard you knew Curry in them. I heard you know so and so. Like I was just saying, like what? Are
Oh
you
man,
out of your mind? No, I'm not about to buy you and take you home. No, are you?
I'm
Are
faking.
you crazy?
You put an
You
old E
have
on.
been. Listen, nah, this is never meant to be. Okay, this is the deal. All right, I just wanted to see what was up under the hood. I drove it around a little bit. I heard it clink a clack a couple of times, and I'm cool. Listen, as I said, maybe that's true, maybe it's not true. But even if it happens to where he does drop it, people, business. This is a win as a business.
Hey,
To
this is
to publicly, to publicly shake your competitor as he did with words and tweets the last few days, have him come back all scary because he knows what you're capable of. To push the button anyway, and then be like, "Nah, I'm just playing. I just wanted to see you shake. Now clean yourself up."
yeah, exactly. This is killing somebody, running over the body, and then putting it in reverse. He just put it in reverse. I'm going back over.
Oh
You
man,
ragdolling him at
listen.
this point, dog. His shoes are definitely hanging from the telephone wire at this point. Them
Oh
dirty
man,
Adidas
I shared the
SBF
wrong
be wearing.
tab.
Yeah, them dirty Adidas SBF be wearing is hanging from the telephone line right now as we speak. And CZ is walking down the street dying laughing because I mean this is this is today. I didn't even think it'd get crazier than yesterday. It may get even crazier today.
Yeah, Senator Lunas is already saying this highlights the need for clear rules. You're right; it's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Regulators. Hey, it's
Regulators.
actually perfect timing. Thank you, FT. You know what? I'm calling it. Here it is. Another one. People, we calling it. SBF was a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
He was a plant. He was a plant, and this is why people. He's about Terra might have just happened, right? This was planned because now when he crashes it a little bit more, when regulators do come back, because this is fresher than Terra. Terra happened some months ago now. This
Yeah.
is fresh. When regulators come back from vacation in January, they're gonna be like, I mean, the whole FTX arena and SBF thing, like we got to talk about that. We
Mm-hmm.
have to talk about that. So
Yep.
I think they're gonna talk about that.
Mm-mm-mm. Oh my man.
Seba says Sacramucci's hedge fund sold a 25% stake to FTX in September. I mean, I guess that was, as long as they didn't pay for it in their own tokens, I think that was a good deal. But I imagine how they paid. All
Oh
right,
yeah.
we got a few minutes left for Bitcoins. They got to hit out. Last but not least, unfortunately, Meta joins big tech layoffs. Let's go of 11,000 people. This is unfortunate, but the Facebook parent company announced it will let go of approximately 13% of its current workforce in the first mass layoff in the company's history.
Mm.
Bitcoin Zay, what's going on with these mass layoffs here?
Oh man. So it looks like they laid off 11,000 people. They let go of 11,000 jobs. We saw the rumors before. We've discussed them on the show. They were saying that they were how much staff they were going to cut. And also, too, something interesting is their stock actually jumped, I believe, 9-10% on the news that they laid off these employees. And somebody actually tweeted out that they said, well, actually, shares were up 5.4% when markets open. I think it's went up a little more. If you want to save your company, you got to cut employees, because basically that shows the investors that you're cutting the dead weight. You're basically trying to, become lean again and make yourself viable in the future. So if you want your stock to go up, lay off some people. And again, retail is always the one that gets the short end of the stick, unfortunately. So 11,000 people got laid off. I don't know how much of them are actually doing work, because as it was revealed at Twitter, they don't need most of those people. And Elon showed that. They got rid of a bunch of people and it's working just fine. So maybe he just overhired, brought a lot of people in to do work for Meta, and over leveraged what he had. But yeah, he says it. I got this wrong, and I take responsibility for that. So I mean, shout out to him for that. But again, I can't look into Mark Zuckerberg's eyes and trust everything he's doing. And just like that guy we saw at the Gemini Party King that was tearing into Mark, I mean, he was right. I mean, he literally was like, "This is going to crash in your face."
He called that a while. When
He
was that
called that
party? Back
wrong.
in
That was
March?
April.
April?
Yeah, he called that, and he was saying that
did
he
call
said
that.
that before, like, so it might have been like a year ago when he was telling them that. So it's unfortunate to see. Hate to see people get laid off. I think you're going to see mass layoffs at a lot of big companies, these tech companies that just kind of hire the people, all these people that have these jobs that don't really mean anything. If you're there for something that's not specially needed, like that's the thing about a job, you got to make yourself unfireable. Like you can't
There
fire
it
me or
is.
this goes down. Because if you have any, outstanding job, or you have some great position, but you don't really need it, you're gonna be the first to go.
Yeah, for sure. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Last few comments before we get out here. Cryptonomics says CZ is them folks because Leon Champagne, excuse me, I might have said that wrong. Said Elon couldn't afford Twitter. Someone tell me where CZ is getting money from to buy FTX. He just dropped $1 billion on Twitter. I think he did $500 million, but still, I get your point. And then that's what they said. He them folks.
Well, apparently he's not buying it. I mean, but that's the thing. He may pull a Elon. Remember when Elon, he said he's buying Twitter, he put up the offer, saw the books, and then said, "No, I'm not buying it." But then they forced court, and he came back and they ended up buying it anyway. So again, he made this. I mean, that is a slick thing billionaires do. They offer to buy other people's companies just to see their books, and then they basically have an inside track on them. So SBF, you can figure it out. I'm not counting them all the way out because he's got some powerful people behind him, but so does CZ. CZ got them people behind him too. So billionaires fight as well, people.
Mashup said, I knew something was up when FTX was on 60 Minutes and headquarters were in Bermuda. That's the trick bag, LOL. Kadeem said, both my ledgers won't connect, and I had a ledger randomly stop working earlier this year. Well, listen, we don't got no partnership with them. Alpha, if that's what it is. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I know a
We
lot of
gave
people
you
do
5.
like them. So
Yeah, we gave you
yeah,
5 different ones. Sorry to hear
yeah,
that, man.
jump on that iCoin for sure, for sure. And thanks for that, Kadeem, for sure. Let's see. A lot of stupid money going around, said Reno. Zyro said leaked info. Who owns CoinDesk? DCG. Deep in with the Alphabet Boys. LOL. Leak my ass. That's actually a good point.
Mm-hmm.
CoinDesk, DCG, all these people are definitely plugged in. So most of this info is not only known about, but is known about for everybody who has like the whales know people. It's literally the retail market that doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of the house does know. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
How many of these FTX investors gave cash? Did they all commit crypto? I'm wondering. We also need to stream at night. Yep. And you know what? Shout out to the Warriors today. This is the most people we've had live since we got back started streaming. I think we hit 275 or so a day. So shout out to everybody on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm trying to buzz through these last few comments. You got anything else before we call it today, Bitcoin Zay?
I don't think so. I think I saw somebody ask me something. I think it was Wyatt, but there's so many comments coming in so fast. I missed it. It says, Zay, on Twitter, you mentioned another day to have a shock. What day was that? Oh, yeah, November 18th, according to my sources. November 18th is going to be a big day as well. Just so happens to be another, what is it? They call it a beaver moon. The blood moon that just happened the day before, and then all of this crypto crash, and the next one's supposed to be November 18th. So that's the date that I put out there.
I would say last thing also, we have to start man, it's like it's so it has to be like a document everybody can join, maybe a Telegram or something. I don't know, we can do it on a Discord somewhere, but we need to start a tracker for traditional companies in crypto as well as new ones to start literally tracking days they got it right and wrong. Because I'm telling you all, the
Mm-hmm.
people everyone keep looking at, and there's some of them are still relatively new, who have the biggest followings, the most money, all this. I am telling you, if you look at their track record, traditionally as well, but whatever, specifically in crypto, it is not good. So yeah, it's very interesting how these algos are working though. I already know why, bro. We got to start spending what we were about to. We're about to start spending money on advertising. We got to advertise, people. The Google algo is just like everybody else. They're like, oh, you ain't paying to play? Well, go ahead and beat it, my boys. So I'm not mad at them. A lot of these other platforms and people we've mentioned, they do put a lot of money into marketing and advertising, so that does help their volume. So that's what we need to do because this is crazy. I mean, when you mention those companies and that amount of money that was involved in this, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, that's how it goes.
All right. Other than that, that is the show for today. Make sure you smash that like, share, subscribe. We will see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. I'm trying to see if I lost anything. Shout out to Reggie Middleton. I see him in the comments. Him and Cryptonomics.
All y'all gotta do
Wasting
is
no
come on
time.
Bitcoin Fridays, man. You can hash it out all you want.
Cryptonomics, come on live on Friday. We would love to have you live on Friday, man. You got to do it. Smash a like.